All right, so on the topic of mounting a suppressor to your pistol, there's some things that need to be considered. I don't care what pistol it is you have, what suppressor you're putting on the end of it. The fact of the matter is you're adding weight, you're adding things to the end of this gun, so the operation and function of your firearm may change drastically by adding that on there, and there may be some things that you are responsible to do to tune that gun to make it function properly. Let's assume you got your fresh new suppressor in the mail, you got your threaded barrel in your gun, you go out, you shoot it, and you're having issues. First thing to verify, as hard as it may be for some of you to come to terms with, is your grip and how you're handling that firearm. Once you've addressed that and you know you are in fact running the gun the way you're supposed to, if it's still not running, let's talk through some of the scenarios that might cause that. A lot of times somebody's gonna get their first silencer and they also changed out the barrel on their gun so they could have a threaded barrel. You've just introduced a brand new component to the firearm. That component may require some break-in, so don't expect it to run flawlessly right out of the gate. You may need to shoot that gun for a few hundred rounds and re-break in that new barrel. Something else to consider is guide rod springs. There may be some tuning there that needs to be done. Maybe you need to go heavier or lighter on that spring weight. If you're running a JK suppressor where you have the options of changing baffle length, it may be as simple as dropping one baffle off. Change the weight of what's on the end of that barrel may get that gun to start operating the way you expect it to. If you're running a boosted suppressor, lubrication in the booster, is the booster assembled properly? You see that a lot where a booster is just not assembled correctly. The spring in the booster, if it's an old booster, maybe the springs wore out. You need to inspect things within that booster system as well. So ammunition, consider your ammunition. You changed a lot of things about your gun, you're hanging a weight off the end of it, there's a lot of things going on here. The ammunition you're running previously with your, say, OEM barrel, it may not like that barrel that you've just put in. Some of the aftermarket match grade chambered barrels, they have a lot tighter chamber in them. So that is also something to consider. Also, some ammunitions, the shape of the bullet, the heavier grain stuff, that bullet length might actually be protruding out of the case enough to where it's hitting into the lands and grooves of the barrel, so on and so forth. So consider ammunition. You may need to do an ammunition change as well, along with all these other things to check. And then last but not least, when you do buy your barrel, hopefully you're watching this before buying a threaded barrel, there's a ramp on the front of a lot of barrels, but you're also going to find a lot that don't have it. They have a square edge on the front. The ramp on the front of that barrel helps this slide in the barrel and everything come unlocked when you have that weight and everything hanging off the end. So when you make a barrel selection, take a look at something that has that ramp on the front of it. All the threaded barrels that are offered through JK Armament have that ramp, and it's for reliability and just to make your user experience that much better. Okay, so first, verify your grip, make sure you aren't lip wristing it. That's good. Now you're running a booster system, go through your booster system, lubrication, inspection on that system. It does require maintenance. Potential guide rod springs, any break-in that's on the weapon platform, break it on the barrel. That should be kind of your checklist and your go-to. I hope that helps you, and have fun at the range.